This video is going to show you how you can apply an adjustment to a cash receipt in accounts receivable. So this would be used whenever a customer either does a short pay or they overpay you for a loan. This will allow you to adjust that amount. And we're going to go into accounts receivable. And I'm going to start at outstanding invoices. And I'm going to find the invoice number that I'm looking for. So I will just type that in here. Hit match. So I found my invoice I want to start with. I'm going to highlight it and click cash receipt. That's going to pull up my cash receipt screen. And just a side note, if you wanted to skip clicking on outstanding advances and searching for it in that screen, if you started at the apply cash receipt screen, that would be, you would start at this point here. So of course this is going to show you your customer, and it's going to list all the invoices that are outstanding for that customer. Similar to when you apply a check the normal way, the date would be the date it hits your bank account, the reference number is going to be the check number, and the amount received is the amount of the check. And it's important to note that that is always, like it says, the amount received. So whether that's short or long compared to what is due, you will always put the amount received because that's what you're going to deposit into your bank account. So for an adjustment, it's a tad bit different than applying just regular cash receipts, because the easiest way for that is to click on Apply Cash from Grid and just go through and check mark the ones that you want to apply to. This involves the adjustment. So the easiest way to do this is to click Apply Cash, and you'll work in the bottom part of the screen here. So we're going to come down here, and where it says Invoice, we're going to find the invoice we want to apply that to. And we're going to change the payment amount to what we received. And if you look over here on the right, you're going to see where it says remaining balance -2 cents. And so our goal is to have this be 0. So I'm going to go to adjustment amount, and I'm going to type in the -0.02, and you'll notice as I typed that in, the remaining balance went to 0. Sometimes you'll want to use a negative, and other times you won't. It'll depend if it's a short pay or long pay. You'll be able to tell by looking at your remaining balance and making sure that that is 0. Description, you can put in a note. So for example, if you billed the wrong amount. And then the final step is to fill in the account that you want this posted to. So like usual, this first box is always going to be 000. And then the account that it's going to post to, 99.9% of the time, is always going to be your revenue account. Because whether it's a short pay or an overpay, it's usually because you've made a mistake in billing. Sometimes people may come in and do an adjustment to a bad debt account, but kind of a rule of thumb, it's usually always going to be to your revenue account, which in TruckWin, the default revenue account is 4010. So I'm going to fill my account in, then I'm going to hit accept, and you'll see the remaining balance is 0, and it lists my payment and the adjustment, and I'm going to hit save, and we'll say nope, I just want to post that one, so I'm going to hit no, and you want to proceed to posting, yes, and this is what your screen's going to look like with an adjustment. You're going to see the adjustment in this column here, but notice the deposit total is still going to be the exact amount of that check. So then you would just go to begin posting now, and that is how you would apply a payment to an invoice that's either a short pay or an overpay.